Welcome everyone, this is Chuck G. Violin, and this is the first video for Dunmore County. This is a place I've created on a map that I created called Lakeland Hills. This map is based on Burlington, Vermont, and so you have the giant lake next to Burlington, and you have this winding river, and the slideshow that you're watching right now is kind of the initial steps that I took to build this city. I wanted to get this city functioning. I wanted to get the city making money, that's for sure. I wanted to get the initial street layout done and all of, getting the services down and all of that good stuff before we start really working on the city in videos. So right now the city is at about 7,000 people complete. I even did detailing. I did detailing as I went, so that's kind of a new thing for me. I've never been a big detailer, but there's so many great tools available to us. I'm going to be working on this city hopefully for a while, so please like and subscribe if you want to see this city continue to grow, if you want to see the challenges that my own map is giving me, because it's giving me some. It sure is not flat, I can tell you that right now. But we're going to continue on. This episode is going to start with getting some infrastructure in. Well, there already is some infrastructure in, but we're going to get some rail going. We're going to get some buses going. I have some traffic issues that I'm hopeful that I can get worked out. But Dunmore County is going to be hopefully a thriving metropolis within just a few episodes. So stay tuned, grab a drink, and let's see what is what. Well, hello everyone. Chuck G. Violin is back with, the first episode anyways, of Dunmore County. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the little slideshow with the kind of overall, beginning of this build in terms of road layout and initial plunge into populating this place. I've bought a few tiles, obviously, from the starting area, enough so that I could get in my train station, all my industry, farms, and so that I could create ridiculous amounts of traffic. That is unfortunately not going to be the focus of our episode today. Today we're going to work on some transit that may help with traffic a little bit. We're going to get some buses to some outside connections. We're going to get some buses within the city, to get people that live down here in town up here to where the jobs are at. And we're going to see what's what. We could probably use a little bit more of our industry, but we will get there here eventually. The most latest thing that I've done is I have kind of created this little area down here where we have some, where we have some mixed-use housing, where we have some, medium density, just like a nice little area where there's some shopping and some row homes and smaller apartment buildings. The cemetery is here, along with our high school. Our high school is kind of above capacity right now, but again, that's not today's problem. Today's problem is going to be getting our transit moving. So I have a really nice spot for a bus station that's going to be right here. So let's get going. And this city bus station is a nice asset because it is, it's a nice size. All the rest of the assets, why are we not? What are we overlapping? I love it. Okay, I'm going to have to anarchy that in. That's fine. So be it. I can just set him back from this little road because I may need to eventually get that upgraded. This asset is nice because it has additional parking, and we definitely want that. We're not exactly flush with cash, but we are making money now. This is usually, kind of like the sweet spot in terms of when you start making money. I'm going to throw some more houses out here real quick because we are not getting enough people moving in right now. So I'll finish this neighborhood out with some homes, and I'll get in here later and detail that up. But we need some more folks moving in, and we still have medium necessities. So let's get some more of these really nice northeast row homes over there. Okay, back to our bus station. So we have our bus station here, and we put the parking on there. I'm not as interested in right now in making sure that that we're making money. Let's see if I can fit this in behind here. Bet you I can. Sure can. Okay, but we're going to get rid of some of these crosswalks because they make traffic. Sorry, buddy, you're going to have to cross somewhere else. Okie dokie. So, now we're complaining about water. And what is this? Not enough customers. I don't even know what it is. It is a hotel. It's a motel. Oh, how about that? That's too bad. Got almost 10,000 people living here. You'd think somebody would use a hotel. And we got people moving out. So what we need to do is we need to get these bus lines going. So first things first, let's go ahead and get the outside connections in. Get it? Outside in? Yeah, okay. So there's one stop. Where's our highway go? Highway goes all the way out here to Bushbury. That's quite a name for a city. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, that's Bushbury, and I think I have another outside connection on the highway. Or do I? I don't think I do. No, I do not. Okay, well, that's going to have to do. All right. So we'll name this Bushbury Direct. And I make all my direct connections the same color. I make it this green, which is really easy to see. The trains will be the same thing when we get them going. But for now, that is our outside connection. So what we need to do next is we need to plop down some bus stops. And let's see where I want to do that. Traffic has kind of worked itself out for now. I added this little connection. It doesn't do much. I don't see anybody using it, but it's another way in the city from out here if you need it. Let's see. So, yeah, see, this ramp is not keeping up. I'm going to need another interchange eventually. We're going to put another interchange down here when we start developing around the train station and the bus depot. All righty. So let's get some bus stops in. And I think I haven't named all of these except the Hilltop Business District. We'll get there. So got to make sure these are all on the right side. So we'll put one there. We'll put one here. Put one here right by the car park. We'll put one here. And then we'll come down the other side. We'll get one there. And get one here in front of our low rent housing. And then we're going to come out this way. I'm trying to decide if I want to put a bus stop out here. I'm going to put one right here. And then we'll go into our industrial area. So we'll put one here. They can walk across the street. And then we will do right here and right here. Now, the fun part is making sure I got those all on the correct side of the road. Let's see if I can do this on the first try. So far, so good. All right, now we come out here. How we getting out here? I bet you we're making some kind of funky U-turn. Too bad. All right. Go there. Go there, and then we go there, and then we go back. Where did we start? We started here. Excellent. All right. We're going to name this... Well, first of all, before we start naming anything, hang on a second. Give a save real quick. All right. I need to absolutely determine which way is north and south. That's one of the things about this game that bugs me a little bit, is there's no easy way to do this other than to pause, go into the camera, time of day, change that time of day to like 5 p.m., almost 6 p.m. Where's my sun? Sun's over there, so that's west, which makes sense. This map is based on Burlington, Vermont, and this is like would be like Lake Champlain. And yeah, okay. So that's west, east, and that's north. So we're going to call this east. No, we're not. We're going to call it East Dunmore. All right. So East Dunmore. This is Dunmore County. So this is kind of like the first town. The overall plan, anyway, is obviously industry has to stay out this way, and that's fine because the map only goes to up here. All right. We're going to have a large city. This, I don't know what I want to do with this point yet, but we're going to build another large metropolitan area around my windy river. Hopefully we can get some ferry service going in there and everything. That's going to be really cool. Coffee. Yummy, 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 yummy. All right. Let's go back into that bus line, and we're going to call it East Dunmore to Industrial. And, of course, because it's going to the industrial, we make it yellow. All right. We don't need 12 buses going out there. We're going to move that down to 8 and just kind of see what that does. All right. We're going to make one more bus line that just does this entire city. And we're going to start out here, actually, and make a couple of stops. You know, most of these folks out here are going to have cars. This is all low-density housing for the most part. We do have some low-rent housing out here. So I think I'll put a stop out here for those folks and then into the city. You know, what I'm trying to do is make sure that I get people from where they live to where they work. So, and it's going to come on up here. So let's do that. So we're going to start over here. There we go. And we will put bus stop here. We'll put a bus stop here. And then let's see, how are we getting into town? What is all this? That's all commercial. And then I think we'll cut through. And we're going to put a bus stop right here. And then we'll come into town. And we'll do one here. And then we're going to kind of go into this area here. So one there, one there. And then we'll come back this way. We'll do one here. And then up. And we'll just... Oops, that's on the wrong side. Consarn it. Sorry, everyone. All right. And I think we're going to go counterclockwise. And I think that'll do. Cool beans. And then we will do... Let's name this one... Just the Dunmore City Line. We don't need 12 buses, that's for damn sure. Oh, that's 12 buses. Well, it'll do itself. And we're going to do this one a nice, rich blue. I still don't like that there's 12 buses here. I changed this to 8, so that'll work itself. Oh, I have the game paused, that's why. Sorry, everyone. Okay. Alrighty. So, traffic is our main concern, it looks like. High noise pollution, unreliable healthcare. Right. And look at all the little traffic notifications. Here's one down here. God, look at all the people coming in. Where are they coming from? Well, what time is it? They're probably going home from work. So... Okay, well, we got our buses in. We need to do something about rail. I think I'm going to leave that for a different episode because I'm not ready to develop over here yet. What I'd like to do is to continue our Hilltop Business District. It's mostly office up here. Here's our post office. Here's an underground parking. I think I'm going to put another one of those like over here, so that we have enough of the parking. This is going to be too big, so we're going to have to use this one. I'll do it myself. Okay. Everybody loves parking. All right. Here's our giant internet providing antenna. All right, so we actually still have some. All right, here's my opportunity to get some mixed-use housing down here. And then some of this old town stuff can be here if I have the need for it. I'm going to plop some more buildings up here. We don't have any office need, actually, but we do have some commercial. So we're going to get some larger commercial buildings up here. Or not. All right, well, let's get some just regular commercial in right there. And we're going to get some more regular commercial in here and here. Now our commercial demand's going away. That's cool. I don't mind. So, yeah, I created this map. This is a map based on Burlington, Vermont. I think I've said that already. But as you can see, this map ain't flat. It looks kind of flat, but it most certainly is not. So it's been it's been an adventure trying to get, my own map to work for me. So, you can see why I called this the Hilltop Business District, because, this was all relatively flat Then we have some mountains and stuff out here where we've got our farms, etc., etc. So let's continue down here. Let's get some, we're gonna get into our find it, and let's find us some, you know what we need actually is we need some signature buildings. And this guy is perfecto if I can fit him where I want him to go. Yeah, that's good. And then we need a signature office that isn't enormous. Because these are all really huge assets, and this is not a big town. This is a good one. What is this? Interior Design Studio. This could go right here. Yeah, I like the way that looks, for sure. All right, I want to get some pathing in this area, just so there's some areas for folks to walk around. All right, let's get down here. I want to decide. Okay, we were over here. Let's continue our work in this area. So we've kind of got this nice little windy road with some commercial. Probably need some parking. So let's see if we can't fit in like this guy. Nope, we cannot. But we could fit it here. Excellent. Huh. Oh, we don't have any office. All right, I'm going to unzone this real quick. I'm going to put... Okay. I think I'm going to move this one a little down here. All right, then I'm going to get in here and fix up these surfaces real quick. There we go. Okay, now I can put something here. It doesn't have to be big. It actually shouldn't be big because it's going to really encroach on this hill. So let's find us some housing. What about this guy? It's a pretty decent sized building. Put him on the corner here. Let's see if we can get a little parking lot in right here. All right. We got people moving in again. That's good. You know, like I said, I've kind of hit the sweet spot of where I don't have to worry about money too much anymore. Once you hit anywhere in that 8,000 to 10,000 people range, as long as you've been at least a little bit smart with your money, we're going to be kind of okay just with property taxes. I had the taxation up to 11 and turned it back down again. I think I'm going to leave that. I'm going to get our services back up. So let's get this up to 90. That's fine. Healthcare, I'm going to leave that. Police, okay. Fire rescue's okay. Education research needs to be put up. Transportation needs, we're going to put that at 80. That'll be good for now. That'll hurt us a little bit in terms of how much money we making, but all right, this is a great spot for a cul-de-sac road, so let's do, or we could connect to our traffic circle. All right, let's see what kind of incline. We got a big incline here. So brush a little smaller. And can kind of do that. No, we want a regular road. All right. So now we can get some more houses here. I am not zoning anything on this main arterial here because I want to keep traffic flow moving on that as best as possible. So, all right. Let's get back up in our... I'm getting sidetracked as I am wont to do. All right, so let's get some trees in here. Can we fit anything along this road? We really can't. All right, let's get some trees in here. Yay, look at all the people. I don't know what this does. I don't know what it does. It's an iconic landmark. It says gift shop and a little cafe. Look at all the bikers. Okay. So our business district is getting there. You know, this is a nice little area here. Got some shops. And then we head up the hill into the business district. I head down here. Yeah, some of these roads are going to have to get, I don't know, they're going to have to get upgraded or something. All right. We have a little bit more office need. Let's put some smaller offices up here. And then maybe one larger one. Let's see. So, this is a 2-cup of coffee build, by the way. I had to grab another cup of coffee real quick there. So, I think I want to be very careful about bike lanes.
Bikes!
Because while they're excellent and they get bikes off of the road, they also eliminate street traffic. So like right here, for example, I could put another little parking lot. No, I can't. Let's... Bye-bye path. Because we are going to eliminate some of our street parking for bike paths. That will help traffic flow a little bit. All right, so we're going to start here. And I'm only going to do one side. Okay. Very cool. Let's see if my coffee is cool enough to drink now. Ah, it is not. Okay. Very good. Now we'll go in here and we will say bikes on the infrastructure only. Wow, someone's appalled at healthcare. Why are we always appalled at the healthcare? I mean, we're doing fine. Storage is nearly full. That's fine. We don't have too many patients. I mean, let's go ahead. We'll go to 100. We'll go to 90 on the electricity. And actually, we can bump this down a little. And we can bump water and sewage down a little. Actually, I heard some complaints about water and sewage before, so very cool. All right, we got some room for some more stuff here. God, I wish we had some more commercial demand because I would love some more commercial up here. Okay, so I have decided to put some of these pretty cool looking, I think these are from the Dutch pack. That looks better. You know, I can't have every building up here being enormous. So, like, for example, let's see how many people live up here. Yeah, 2,200. Let's see how many people live in East Dunmore. Should be a lot, yeah. Ooh, I don't... Emerson Terrace, a lot, yeah. But then when you get out here, it should be less. Only 300 something, yeah. Only 300. That's a lot of houses for only 300 people. That's got 800 people. Yeah. Oh, because there's some higher density stuff out there. All right. Let's get us a save. We are nearing the end of this episode, anywho. Looks like traffic has kind of worked itself out for now. This interchange is going to have to be redone. And now that I've got road layout out here, I think what we'll do is, yeah, look at this. This is like the whole world trying to get to our city. So what we're going to do in our next episode, we will definitely address this interchange, probably buy this square and put an interchange out here specifically for our industry, and then maybe another one over here as we start to work our way towards this river. And then this will really be built up out here. This train station will wind up being right in the middle between the two cities. All right, that looks okay. So we're making some money. Like I said, we've kind of hit that, sweet spot where we got 11,000 people and counting in our town here, which means, with property taxes and our trade, we're kind of, going to be okay for money. I mean, this is going to have to run for a while for me to actually have enough money for some new infrastructure and stuff like that. But, let's see. So noise pollution and traffic are our only problemos. I'm looking forward to working on our, water side here. I think our port is going to go here because this is a nice protected little area. This is a great spot right here for a port. It's got rail access and it's got highway access. So next time, probably we're going to work on our highway and really get that in place. And then we'll see what's what. Thank you all so much for hopefully enjoying this episode. And like and subscribe, like I said. Let me know in the comments what additional maybe things you'd like to see in our town. Like I said, this is more of an older town here. Very kind of New England, Northeast United States style, without a lot of modern buildings. But we're going to do the modern over there. So that'll be like, city over in this area here. So I'm looking forward to that as well. I'm looking forward, we're going to get some ferry service up and down this river. And it's going to be really cool. So definitely comment if you like the map. And if you want to see more maps from me, I really enjoy making these maps. Look at all the traffic. And let me know what you think. So thanks, everyone, for joining, and we will see you next time.